I'm live. All right. I like being live. It's been a busy, busy day. Okay. We're going to get back to setting up this Schecter. Working on this thing. And right now I'm in the process. I've gotten strings on. I haven't touched it since I shut my stream off earlier. This had way too much going on. Okay, so what I'm looking for here as I tune this up is for this bridge to get pulled forward so that it sits level, and it's looking like I'm gonna get there, and I may not have to do much adjustment to the springs in the back of this instrument, just given what I'm seeing right now. But we'll finish tuning this thing up. Okay, now the next thing I'm gonna do here, I'm getting close, but we're gonna reset the fine tuners on this. When you get the locking nut locked down, as many of you know, you use these controls to tune your guitar up. So on the low strings, I back them off all the way and then turn them down about 3 turns so that they're all aligned. So I back them up as far as they'll go, and these ones stop turning, and then I do 1, 2, 3. So these are nice and level. They all have the same amount of throw. On the higher strings, the treble strings, as I like to refer to them as, I loosen them all up and I give them 2 turns. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So these E, B, and G string are a little bit higher. Typically on a Floyd Rose loaded guitar, you end up needing to sharpen the strings that you bend quite often. So I like to leave these fine tuners with a little more downward motion, and in fact I'm going to give these lower ones one more half turn here, because you typically aren't doing a lot of tuning with the lower one, so you want to have throw in both directions. Hey, Conspiracy, good to see you, man. Thank you. Yeah, gentleman named Alex owns this guitar. I'm sorry if you were here earlier. I had to cut my my broadcast short. I am at work, and I had a couple clients come in. Some really cool equipment showed up, so that I'll get to work on here in the future. So here we are, and we're still not completely to pitch at this point. However, we're getting close.
I'm actually going now.
Yeah, okay. Okay. And so this is a delicate balancing act right here, and this is how I like to do it. You may have a different way of balancing your tremolo to get everything flat and get the strings in pitch, and that's fine. I'm not saying every method I have is exactly the best way, but it's the best way for me. And we're getting close. This thing is right now, it's about where I would want it. I'm going to see and the tuning is starting to become more stable. So there we go. Okay. So the guitar is holding pitch, the springs are balanced, they're not going to move one way or the other. And this gentleman wanted his guitar tuned to standard pitch, and this thing looks like it's set up pretty darn perfect with respect to the bridge and everything. So now what we're looking at is string height. And I'm going to go ahead and check the neck relief first. So this process is very similar to any other electric guitar in my order of operations. We'll check the string. And here's a mistake that I just made. I don't walk on water. I just realized that I did not put the string tree back on this. So the string tree is not on here. So when I do put this back on, the pitch is going to change. But we'll do that right now and make the adjustment that we need to after we get the string tree on it. Any questions about the string tree or why they exist? Why they're needed on these? So I just raised the pitch quite a bit. Well, boy, I am not a fan of these blue snarks. I went on, I got sick a while back and all my snarks ended up missing. I had some really cool ones that worked so fabulously. Okay, so I've got the string tree back on there, and I'm putting some down pressure on the back side of the machine heads, or the nut, I should say. So we are getting ready to now check the neck relief. So let's do that. And now that I've put the string tree on there, I'll probably have to turn the truss rod. So let's take a look at this. I'll probably have to pull the string tree back off of the guitar. I hope not, but let's see. Let's see where she's at. That is, in my humble opinion, where I would set my guitar up if this were mine. That's perfect. So really not a lot of adjustments to do with respect to the neck relief. I flattened the neck, or I didn't even turn the truss rod, and it was fine. The neck was perfectly flat with no strings on it. Put a set of 10 gauge Ernie Ball Slinkies on here, and it's back to normal, back to where it should be. However, the string action is definitely too high on this instrument. I could definitely see that. Yeah, we're way too high there, and we're way too high there. So here's what we have to do. We need to lower it. I want to lower it 4/64ths of an inch. So I'm going to check my height. Where it's to lower that, let's see, it's 12, 14/64ths on that side, and we're at 13/64ths. So I want to go 4/64ths on both sides, so I need to be at 9 and 10. Let me write that down, because my brain is kind of slow. 9 on the treble, 10 on the bass. Okay, So you don't want to turn these. You do not want to turn these with tension on the strings. You'll strip out these, you'll ruin the front edge of the blade on there. Yes, you can do it. Yes, you can do it. But the potential is to ruin the blade on there. So I just relieve the string tension completely. In fact, here's what I'll do. Now we're going to relieve this string tension. I was going to see about doing this another way, but we're not. We're going to have to retune this guitar completely. But once I make the adjustment, it'll be done right, and when I get it back into pitch, the string action should end up right where I want it. So we're just loosening the string tension at this point. Good. So we've got the full string tension taken off of here. Now, we want to be at 9/64 on this side. So we will measure that. Being very careful not to scratch the guitar with my measuring device. 12, 11, 10. This is lowering at a pretty good amount. 9/64. And now we'll drop this one down to 10/64. Where's my measuring device? There she is. From 14 down to 10. Kind of hard to see. Here we are. 10/64. Now we tune her back up. See where our string action is here. I'm shooting for 4/64 here at the 12th fret on the low E and 3/64 on the treble E. And four 64ths and 4/64. So I need to take the treble side down a bit. As you can see, it takes some repetition. Hey Preston, what's happening? Well, yeah, it definitely has the Sinister Gates markings on it. This is a custom S. Here's the name for it. Custom S. I would guess the custom Sinister maybe is what that stands for. Kind of a gold stripe burst type of black edges. Interesting paint design on this. I still need to take this treble side down, so I'm going to remove the string tension from these. And in some cases, okay, and I'm going to drop this down just a hair further. There we go. And we'll string it back up. Classic classic case of string it up, string, and take the tension off. String it up. God. See this? This thing is failing. It just is not accurate enough. So I'm going to remove that from the equation. Those blue ones, I am not a big fan. I've had not very good luck with these. And I wish I could tell you why. Because they're typically more expensive than the normal cheaper black plastic ones. However, all of my good black plastic ones are no longer at my bench after I got sick. Other people need them worse than I do, apparently. So I'm going to go ahead and put another chunk of stuff on my bench that I don't like having on my bench while I'm working on a guitar, simply because somebody else needed my tuner worse than I did. So have to be really careful with stuff. Oh, and the sustainer's working for sure. That's pretty cool. And unfortunately, now we're back to pitch. Let's check our string action at the 12th. Perfect, 4/64. Ooh, 3/64. Boy, that's pretty darn good. It looks great. Really nice. Really nice. Okay. Where are we at? So we've got our string action, our neck relief. Let's check our first fret action just for the sake of argument. 12, there we go. I think on these Schecters they generally put the string action a little bit higher at the first fret than I. Oh man, that's a boy, that's pretty good. Yep. It's about 16 thousandths, maybe 17 thousandths at the first fret here. That's acceptable. What do you do if you need to lower that? Okay. Let's check our intonation. I'll put this up here. We can see it. I might have to change the battery. That's showing it's a little bit flat. That's worthy of moving it. We need to go forward, and that is at the base of it. Now I know why they did that. So we'll move the. You can see on this saddle right here, this one is pushed as far forward as it can be on this back post. There's two posts down in there, and so rather than like taking the time at the factory to move that to the front post so that they can slide this forward to sharpen the string, let me make sure I'm correct on that. Let's get this cable out of the way. Boy, pretty amazing. It's a little bit flat. Yeah. Pretty reefed down on that one. I was able to get a little bit of movement out of it, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that there. Cinch it up. Bring it back up to pitch. Close enough. I'm going to go ahead and leave that. Definitely flat. I can hear that the pitch is flat. Hey Clayton, what's happening? Yeah, isn't that awesome? Hey Dave, welcome. Hey, it's great to see you guys. Hang on here. I might have to answer a phone call. I'm pretty much at the shop by myself most of the time. Let me answer this call. Hopefully we'll have something quick. LeGrand Stereo and Music. This is Marshall. Ha. Oh, well, let me go look. We would have typically have called you if it did show up, but give me a moment. Yeah, it could have gotten missed. Hang on. Which one were you? Which one did we get for you? We're at the Yeah, we will. We get freight every day, so we'll call you as soon as it arrives, man. I'm sorry about that. Okay. All right. Thanks. Bye. LeGrand Stereo and Music. How can I help you? This is Marshall. Hi. If you, everybody says that. uh. Okay. Um. Yeah. You called on the one of the days that Stu's not here. Uh. So. Okay. Well, I haven't had anything to do with it, and I'd rather let you talk with Stu, to be honest. And unfortunately, he's not here. He will, and he'll be here at noon tomorrow. Can you give us a call back? You want me to have him call you? Oh, yeah. All right. Let me get your first and last name because I haven't had anything to do with it. Yeah, yeah. Dan, and that's a uh-huh 30. Uh-huh. Okay. 15. It's a 15-inch sub. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Uh, okay. I'll have Stu call you the moment I see him tomorrow. Sound good? All right, brother. Yep. Yep. Thanks. Bye. Okay. Woohoo. Yeah. Here it is. Welcome to my world. I love what I do. You can look at this guitar for a moment. I got a gentleman I need help out here. How are we doing today? What? How can I help you? I need a songbook. Okay. Oh, okay. The Celtic series postcard from Ireland. Okay, that one is something I'll probably have to order for you. No doubt. Okay. Let me let me. Okay. Guys, I'm going to be busy for a couple minutes. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm doing my best, but I'm at work and I have to help this gentleman. So I'll be back with you as soon as I can. Okay. Celtic woman. Postcard from Ireland. Postcard from Ireland. One track mind. I can't look at titles. Okay. Might be something else. Oh no, I don't want the CD. Yeah, I want the song. Yeah, that's the book. They've got a whole series. Is it a series of books, or is it just no? Oh, this is just book. This is script music from CD. That's where I show it.
Yeah, that's great.
That sound all right? Let me double check and make sure we're playing the right thing. Yeah, that's what we can get it for. It's a
Okay.
hang on just a second. Because that may be the wrong search result that I asked for. That was the audio CD, and I told it to show me books. So forgive me, that's my mistake.
Oh, Mike looks better.
Did he find a book for you?
Oh, he's found several from the earlier program.
But not necessarily this one?
Correct. I think he looks to different areas because all this
Only wanting to show me CDs. It doesn't show me.
There he
Hey,
is.
haven't seen you in a while.
Oh, you haven't. Got that postcard from Ireland. Going home.
I don't know if there's a book.
He's trying to find the song.
Oh,
Yep. This is straight up.
all of them are CDs or DVDs. No, I guess were you certain that you rented a book?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Mike's found one.
Well, is yours lined up with yours?
No, no, I mean, I think I'm looking the same place you look. Just not that way here.
Well, this is fresh out.
Oh,
Printed.
yeah, I'll bet you it's not out because it generally there's a lag time.
Oh,
It's
it's a
brand new.
brand new one.
Yeah.
That's the problem we're having. We can get the DVD or the CD, but the book.
Well, yeah, you've already got those.
Yeah. So they haven't. I doubt they have. I'm almost certain they haven't printed it because I can't find anybody searching for it by web. Which tells me it's not there.
Probably got something in the ocean trying to sell
That's
something else.
Well,
Take care, guys. I'll be back in
Sorry,
the
yeah,
garage.
we will keep an eye out for you.
okay.
I'll pay for it.
Oh, I know you will. I'm not
Awesome.
worried about that.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was it. I'd have been looking for days for that thing.
Yeah.
Well, that guy sure loves the Celtic woman music. That's so awesome. All right, so here we are back and everybody's left after been helping so many people. Thanks y'all for hanging. All right, so we've got to sharpen the A string, and we didn't have any room to move the saddle any further forward, so we're going to remove the screw and move it to where we can continue moving the saddle forward, which I just did. I'm going to go ahead and cinch it up, and see if this is good. We'll just try that as a strike. A little bit flat. Still flat, so we'll pull the tension off of there. Now I know they make all kinds of tools for making these adjustments to guitars, but I just haven't spent the money on them because I can do it like this. I'm going to give it one more little move here. I'm going to go too far. So we're intonated. What else can we do? Stretch the strings. That's what we can do. Let's give these guys a good stretch. we go. This is the stuff you don't see good old Dave at Dave World of Fun stuff do. He probably has a tool that stretches the strings for him. Or a, what did he call him, a shop bitch? Alright, we're all tuned up. Looking good. Neck relief set. Put the locking nut back on here. Yep. Now, these generally do, as a side note, have a little bit of a convex center, and so they've got a long point and a long point, and you want that to go across the string so that you're squeezing the string in two places on the nut. If you put them in the wrong direction, you'll end up with a locking nut that doesn't really lock. And again, this is not an Arnold Schwarzenegger moment. Just get them snug and stop. There you go. And these fine tuners just respond really great. And at this point, aside from the pickup height, this thing is set up, and I think it's about ready to go. I'm going to play it a little bit and make sure that we don't have any fret buzz or anything like that. However, I do want to adjust the pickup height because I can see it's not correct. These are imbalanced. Or they just look imbalanced. Holy smokes. They looked imbalanced, but they are. Schecter, my compliments. .24 frets. Those pickup heights are absolutely perfect, even after I lowered them, lowered the string action. So, we're about ready to make some noise with this guitar. The part I really love is getting to see if she makes some noise. I haven't heard this thing plugged in yet. Oh, it's Wednesday. Oh, you're on the... Where are you, Australia, Dave? Get some here. Should be making some good noise. Check the tuning. My alarm's going off telling me I gotta eat something. everything dropped a little bit in pitch. I'm gonna reset and retune this bad boy. All the pitch flattened out after using the it was pretty consistent. There we go. There we go. She's all dialed in now. I'm guessing this thing's interesting. Sustainiac system on this is really super cool. The controls on this are pretty interesting. This turns the Sustainiac on and off, and when you have it on, you can actually feel the guitar vibrating. And then this controls the pitch of the feedback that you get as you change notes and such. This is being a high-pitched squeal, so if I this would be a lower pitch, and this is like just the note. It's pretty cool. What an interesting pickup system, dude. Yeah. So she's all pretty much set up and ready to go home, and as you can see, man, now you can beat the tar out of this thing and it ain't gonna go out of tune. And the process, but wow, if you leave that Sustainiac on, you can hear the guitar ringing. You know, today I basically did a full setup on a guitar with FLOYD Rose system installed, and you can probably understand why a lot of guys don't like working on them, even when they own them. They don't like changing strings and things like that, because they are a handful. It takes a little time to do it, but at this point, when I give this back to Alex, he ain't gonna have to touch it. He'll have to fine tune it once in a great while.
I gotta go get Joey in the store.
Okay.
He wants to buy a stereo. I'll tell you what's going on with it.
Okay. Car stereo? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll show you that.
Okay. Cool. Peace, y'all.
Sounded good, Marshall. Sounded like you got.
Man, that thing. This is a